he left off in the 2013 season by making it to his 4th straight finals. And in the Warriors' case, not only would Klay improve, but they'd also add the services of Draymond Green, who would add defense and intensity to the team. But the main draw, of course, would be LeBron, who would also improve to the point where he would win his first MVP, resulting in the Warriors also heading back to the finals for round 2 against the Heat. But unlike last year, it seems as though LeBron would have the upper hand, not only matching but surpassing Steph's production to quickly take a 3-2 lead in the finals. Meaning that Steph is now once again with his back against the wall for the first time since his earlier matchup with Kobe. But going into Game 6 with a chance to force 7, he would remain unfazed, keeping the Heat's chances alive. But unfortunately for him, LeBron would be just as determined to close this one out before it gets out of hand. So with the two at the peak of their abilities, we would see a tie game with about 18 seconds left. And with the Warriors and LeBron having the ball, it's up to Steph and the Heat to get a stop to keep their season alive. They pass it into LeBron. I would assume, if they're smart about it, which it's 2K, we can't rule out anything, they would clear out because he's got Ray Allen on him. That is a mismatch. LeBron to the basket, the crossover, completely walled off by Ray Allen. The pass over to Klay. Klay, 1 second left on the clock. The floater, we're going to overtime. What is it today with this simulation in overtime? And just as a reminder, the last time we saw a game so close, it went to 3 overtimes and ended at the buzzer. And while that's extremely unlikely to happen for a second time, what would be certain is that this one would also go down to the wire. As after an intense back and forth from LeBron and Steph, Miami would have the ball, down 3 with about 24 seconds left. D-Wade with the ball, D-Wade with the cross. Steph is standing in the corner. Will they involve him? They finally do. Steph with the ball, the screen from D-Wade. He kind of had space. They just love passing it down into the post. Okay, here we go. Chris Bosh, pass out to Steph. Pump fake, couple pump fakes. Over to Rashard Lewis. He drains it. He tied up the game. Oh my God. So with the game now tied and Miami with all of the momentum, Golden State would call one of their last timeouts with only 6.6 seconds left. And the question is, will we see another role player step up and hit a huge shot? Or will the ball eventually find the hands of the king? If we see another triple overtime, I'm going to freak out. 6 seconds left. LeBron with the spin. Ray Allen playing great defense. Ray Allen's like 40, by the way. Oh my God, no. Yo, he really just hit that. So with that heroic effort and a little bit of space, there would be no need for a Game 7. LeBron's winning his first title in front of his home fans to make our competition 2-1, but maybe most importantly would be the fact that with this championship, we'd be soon entering another new era of the NBA, and I'll explain what that means extremely quickly. As the 2014 season would see both stars dominate as usual, with LeBron winning his 2nd straight MVP. But the playoffs would once again be a challenge as LBJ would go up against the San Antonio Spurs, who would anticlimactically defeat LeBron in 6 games to move on to the finals, where they would take care of Steph and the Heat as well. So just as fast as the two went back-to-back on titles, they're not completely unbeatable, which is something to keep in mind for 2015 and beyond. But to focus on the present, we'd see Steph Curry waste no time and make another move, now heading back to Cleveland for a fresh start and to pair up with the electric Kyrie Irving, one of the most exciting scoring guards in the game, helping the team finish with a 62-20 record to finish as the 1 seed in the East. But can two small scoring point guards win an NBA championship together? Because the more balanced Golden State Warriors would also dominate, finishing 2nd in the West and making it all the way to the conference finals, for yet another matchup with the OKC Thunder, who they've taken down in the past. In spite of that though, the combo of KD and Russ would be at its peak, and this one will look to be completely different, as after a back and forth between both teams that would go to Game 7, the all-around Warriors would fall short of the finals, getting blown out on the road. LeBron's not even on the floor for this one too. They already subbed out all the starters. The final streak is over for LBJ. So with LeBron's postseason officially cut short, we would see Steph on the other side dominate the Eastern Conference to match up with the Thunder in the finals. But unlike LeBron, this one would not be going to Game 7. It would only go to 6 with the Cavaliers' backcourt going off, eventually winning the series 4-2 to secure Steph's 3rd title and his 2nd with the Cavaliers franchise. Steph Curry back on the board, the deficit's just growing larger and larger for LeBron. And with that most recent championship, Steph Curry is officially at the halfway point of our competition, as we're now entering the 2016 season. which for LeBron is especially important since he's going to have to make a 3-1 comeback if he wants to win this race. But fortunately for him, his luck is about to change, as the 2016 season would see him have maybe his best yet, with a historic average of almost 31-9-9, which would be enough to propel the Warriors to a 72-10 season to tie up the all-time record, which would of course be enough to win the league MVP. You find yourself rooting for LeBron, you probably are a little bit more encouraged. And let's not waste any time. He would bounce back from last year to make it to the finals for a classic matchup between the Cavs and Warriors, with the two main stars of the day once again clashing for the title. But unlike the real-life 2016 finals, this one wouldn't be half as suspenseful, as it's not going to Game 7, and it would not be the Cavs walking away on top. And as a matter of fact, this one wouldn't be close, as the Warriors being completely oversized compared to the Cavaliers would be the difference, as they would easily cruise to a 4-1 victory to win LeBron title number 2. But for Steph and the Cavaliers, it's about to get much, much worse.
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar.
As Kevin Durant, one of the greatest players ever, still without a championship, would now be taking the hardest road and heading to the Golden State Warriors, obviously making a pairing with LeBron that's basically unfair and totally unbeatable, as the 2017 season would see the two make it to the finals immediately, where they would not play the Cavs, but the Chicago Bulls led by Jimmy Butler and D-Wade, which would end in a championship for the Dubs, which would most importantly tie up LeBron with Steph at 3 titles apiece. It is about to get historically ugly for the rest of the league, because in 2018 they wouldn't show any signs of slowing down, as they would head right